This is the true story of Efunsetan Aniwura. The 17th century up to the 19th were centuries of great war in the Yoruba country. During this period, a great woman was born. Her date of birth remained uncertain, but she must have been born around 1820. She was born to a farmer named Ogunrin, a native of Egba Okeono. She rose to become the Iyalode of Ibadan, the highest ranking chieftaincy title in the Yoruba traditional state. She was the first woman to set up the very large agricultural business network. She had over 2,000 servants and slaves working on a vast farmlands. She has hundreds, if not thousands, of livestock. She traded as far as Port Novo, Badagry, and the Hausa country. She even exported her produce to Europe. She was also one of the preeminent slave traders. It is safe to say that she was the richest person in the whole Yoruba interior at the time. The city, Ibadan, was dependent on her for military supplies. Worried by the spread of war across Yoruba land, she requested military training to be imparted in her household and within her servants and laborers. By so doing, she had raised a small army for herself, mainly to protect herself and her trades. Her ever-growing affluence and military strength will soon become a threat to Arela Tosha. It was at the time our own army had become a threat to the fiery army of Latosha. How could a woman raise such a vast array of armed soldiers? Arela Tosha was the de facto ruler of Ibadan. The rivalry between Efunsetan and Arela Tosha is believed to be because of her growing authority in the community and opposition to the political view of Latosha. Latosha wanted Aniwura out of Ibadan, but the opportunity to clip her wings soon presented itself. After many years of childlessness, she had a daughter who was the apple of her eyes. In a twisted turn of fate, her daughter later died during childbirth. Even though she adopted another child as her son, she never got over the death of her daughter. This may have pushed her toward depression. She became unstable emotionally. This becomes evident with the way she treats people around her. Some historians wrote that while she was still mourning her daughter, some of her servants and slaves were celebrating the birth of a child. She then made a rule that no one in her household should get pregnant or get anyone pregnant. The penalty of disobedience is death. At a point in time, one of her slaves broke the rule. Efunsetan ordered her immediate execution, which proved to be a grave mistake. A mistake capitalized upon by her arch enemy, Arela Tosha. Using the killing of her slave as an excuse, Latosha called for Efunsetan to be brought to justice and be punished. She was deposed as a Iyalode in 1874 by Arela Tosha. He also called for her execution, but this is difficult because of her strong position among the High Chief of Ibadan. It is believed that her persecutors merely waited for her to carry out a dastardly act as an opportunity to seek revenge against her perceived emergence as a strong and influential woman. There are two popular accounts of her death. In both accounts, the name of Arela Tosha remained constant. One account claimed that Arela Tosha led some men to overrun her house. Before she could be captured, she poisoned herself. Another claimed that Arela Tosha paid her adopted son Kumoyilo to poison her. But the attack was carried out by two of her slaves who were instructed by Kumoyilo. They sneaked into her room in the night and clubbed her to death. The two slaves were subsequently brought before the Ibadan Traditional Court on the 10th of July 1874. They were impaled right at the Basharun market. She was given a befitting burial with full military honors by Ibadan military rulers after her enforced death.